Hey, it's Jared with State of Tech. 100,000 subscribers. I've finally made it to that milestone. I really want you to watch this video. Before you click away or anything, I really want you to watch this video. I'm going to give you a reason why. And that reason is that there's a person that was around when this channel started, and he just recently passed away. And I wanted to tell you a little bit about his story. And this is going to be a lot of me talking, but you know, I think it's really important that we focus on things that matter. Technology is fantastic. I love talking about iPhones and Android phones and tablets and all of that stuff. I've got a couple of tablets that I need to make a video about here probably later today. But over this last couple of weeks, I've been mourning the loss of a really good friend and someone who was a part of this channel at the very beginning and even a little bit before it. Sean Aarons came to me when I needed to hire someone to help me with video editing and some camera work. He was in his early 20s at the time, a young guy, and just was a lot of fun to be around. I'm going to try and do this without getting choked up because this last week or earlier this week I was at his funeral, and he passed away at the age of 32 due to pancreatic cancer, which is for sure something that does not often affect somebody of that age, but through whatever circumstances took place, he ended up with it. And after around a year and a half battle with that cancer, he lost that battle. Thankfully, I was able to visit him about a month before he passed and spend some time with him. And that was really, really great to be able to do that. But to go back to the beginning, Sean started working for me, and he was a lot of fun to work with. I don't run a normal type of business. I like to have fun. I like to keep things lighthearted. We have things that we need to do, but if we can't enjoy our time while we're doing them, then it's kind of pointless. Like, I've been self-employed since I was 20 years old. Full-time, and have had some self-employment endeavors even before that, and I've been able to keep away from getting a real job, I guess you'd call it, going and working for a company, because it's important to me that I enjoy the time that I have. And when something like this happens, you lose a friend, you lose somebody that you really cared about, it brings that into perspective. So Sean worked for me for about a year and a half, and it wasn't a very long time, but around that time, he was in his early 20s and was really, trying to figure out what he wanted to do with his life. He was doing a little bit of schooling and working for me. After I had returned from a work trip to Seattle, I recommended that he take a vacation because he hadn't really taken a vacation before or in a long time. And so he went up to Seattle and stayed with some friends up there. And it was, I think, the perfect time in his life to have some change. And, you know, most of us that have gone through our 20s have felt a tug at some point during those years that you need a change. Like you're wanting to start your life, you're wanting to get things moving, and sometimes you need to relocate in order to do that, especially if you feel like you're stuck in a rut. And so Sean decided that he was going to move to Seattle, which meant no longer working with me and working on the channel State of Tech, but he was here when that channel started. He was part of the discussions helping me think through, and we were thinking through it together, really, like, what do we do going from an app review channel, which is what this used to be, or what it was on the old channel. We were just doing app reviews, and we wanted to move into technology and start talking about tech and helping people better understand their tech. And a lot of those conversations happened over lunch and just hanging out and working and getting other projects done. I was also shooting weddings and stuff at the time as a photographer and videographer, and he helped out with a lot of that as well. And so he was looking at wanting to kind of get his life started and kind of get out of the rut that he may have been in at the time. And I know I've been in plenty of those ruts as well. And so a change of scenery was definitely something that he desired to have, and Seattle became that place. Well, I remember, I don't know how long it was after he was in Seattle. It had to have been maybe 6 months, or I don't know, maybe a year. But I got a text message from him, and he said, "Jared, I met a girl." And I thought, oh, all right. You know, I mean, he's in his early 20s. I had already started my family. One of the things that he first did after only working for me for a couple of months was actually run everything, because my oldest had fallen in the backyard and broke his leg at year 1.5. And then we had our second child about 2 weeks after my oldest broke his leg, and our second child was C-section. So my wife was laid up. I was at home helping with the kids, keeping everything going. And Sean kept my business going, which was pretty amazing for somebody in their early 20s that didn't have really any experience. Of course, we touched base quite often. I'd come down to the office for a few minutes here and there and help him with what he needed help with. But he ran my business for about 1.5 months. And if it wasn't for that time that he put in and stepping up to the plate for me, I might not have really survived that time and may have had to look to do something else to earn a living, because you know, YouTube channels early on need their content. Clients that have deadlines want their stuff done within a timely manner, and thankfully Sean stepped up and really kept things going. But jumping back forward, you know, he said he met a girl, and he started dating this girl. I ended up going back up to Seattle for another work trip that he ended up helping me on because it was video related, and I got to meet this girl. Not too long after that, they got married. They've got 2 beautiful children that are ages 7 and 4 as of right now. And then about 1.5 years ago, I see this Instagram message, and he's sharing the fact that he has pancreatic cancer, and it was inoperable, and just through everything that they tried, chemo and all of the different modalities that they tried, it just wouldn't respond, and it ended up taking his life. So this last week, I traveled back over to Seattle to go to his funeral, and that was a sad. Funerals are sad, but they're also really neat, because people get to share stories and you get to connect around a person. And I really like that about funerals, although funerals are very sad. And of course, Sean's no longer with us here, and that's a real bummer. But I wanted to share this and utilize my opportunity to talk about my 100,000 subscriber milestone, because if it wasn't for Sean putting in the work and being there for me when I needed him, this channel might not exist, and it also may never have made it to this milestone. And it's been a long road. I mean, this was a while ago, about, I don't know, 9 or 10 years ago or so, that we started this channel, and I'm just now making it to 100,000 subscribers, which is slow compared to some channels, and maybe fast compared to some others, but it is a milestone, and I want to dedicate this milestone to Sean Ahrens, and also to his family, to his wife, and to his 2 kids, who are just amazing, and I've watched go through this process. His wife is so strong, being a young woman going through this, and his 2 children, who are now going to be growing up without their dad. If they ever watch this video, I want them to smile, and I want them to know that, like, their dad made a difference with his time. Even though he was only 32 and he was young at the time that he passed, he made a difference. He made a difference on my life, and through this channel, he's made a difference in a lot of people's lives, because this channel would not exist if it wasn't for him. So I hope in the future that his kids see this video, and I'm just blessed. I'm blessed to have had an opportunity to know Sean and to get to spend time with him, and I'm continually blessed as I get to watch his kids grow up and all of that as well. So if you're still watching this video, thank you so much for watching through it. I've got a link down in the description below. There's a pancreatic cancer research group that, or organization that you can donate to, and I've donated. Don't feel obligated to. Any ad revenue that comes from this video is going to go directly into that, so the fact that you're still watching this video means that you're contributing, and I appreciate that. So 100,000 subscribers. Thank you so much for being a subscriber of the channel. Through that, you are supporting what I get to do, and you're also supporting Sean's legacy as we move forward, and hopefully are able to donate a little bit of money to pancreatic cancer research. So thanks again, and I hope to see you back in another video soon. Take care.